have voice. Is it 6? It's 6:30 already? Let's get this going. Hi. Let's get her going. Let's get it going. Hello. Can we see the demon horns? Let's do it. Okay, I think this is good. I'm liking this. This is good. Okay. Let's go to Big Face. And hello, everybody. Yeah, this looks alright. This looks how I normally do on Fridays. Nothing super elaborate. Anyways, hello everybody, my name is Jan Erickson, and this is my YouTube channel called Monday Monad, in which we talk about Hyperianism and inner star actualization. Now, I post a video usually every Monday, but Fridays we have what's called a Friday night chat, in which we, take a little bit more casual and interactive approach to some things that are going on in the world currently. And I am burpy, sorry. So today what I would like to talk about is the quote-unquote Illuminati. Now, not any respected Illuminati like Pythagorean Illuminati or Pythagorean mathematics type of Illuminati stuff. I'm talking about the actual straight up scam of the Illuminati. Now, I am actually approached quite often by these people, and finally, I think I've been bugged enough for like the 60th time, the 70th time, the 80th time, the 100th time, that I kind of want to bring them up as an example to show what is like a secret organization type scam thing that's just thrown out there, and compare it to do a little comparison to Hyperianism, which is an actual knowledge system which you can access without any of these like levels or things like that, or sort of, oh, I'm fixing my wires, hold on. But you can access it without these ridiculous requirements of payments and items and things like that. You can actually learn Hyperianism for free with a lot of time. The material that is for sale, like physical books, things like that, those are rightly so. I mean, those are actual physical items you can buy, and those are composed by Hyperion creators, and it sort of does a lot of organization for you, and you are welcome to support them through that effort and that hard work in putting that together. But it is free for everybody. But I want to go in and look at these weird, like, Illuminati approaches, this weird organization that always contacts me and is like, hey, you have been chosen by the Grand Master for a bigger purpose, so let's look, come here now, and we'll get you in touch with your full purpose. So, but before we get into that, I just want to kick back and relax and sort of say hello to people, and we will still wait a little bit longer to give people a chance to come in. So say hello. Sweet precious prince. Meow. I got a doggy in my room. He's sleepy though. Anyways, let's say hello. Hello, Christina Awakened is in the house with the Blue Wrench. Thank you so much for popping in. Your time is most appreciated. We have Renaissance Fairy, hello. We have Roberta, hello. R1, hello. Cassie, always looking good. I don't like to dress up for Friday night chats. I don't think I like to dress up much. Not for the moment anyways. I go through phases. Sometimes I like to slap on the paint, and then sometimes I just want to put my pajama pants on, and that's all you get. Hello, MC Heavyset. There are some usernames I don't recognize. Hello, Crystal Mason. If I repeat you, anybody, just go along with it. So yeah, let's wait a little bit longer. I know I usually kind of wait till 7, but I feel like we're dragging out the intro a little bit too long. So anyways, if you have been contacted by the scammy McWhammy fake Illuminati, please let me know. Tell me about your experiences in the comments. Roberta Singer says, I tell them politely no, I am Hyperion, and block them on Instagram and Facebook. You know, I used to really dismiss them, and then it just happened so frequently that I had to finally start entertaining it out of morbid curiosity. And that's where I am led to now. So finally, usually I kind of troll them a bit and I try to make up a make-believe status that's above them or near them and try to indicate that they're not supposed to be talking to me, like, you're blowing it. But this one in particular decided to keep talking, like, beyond that and kept trying to pitch this idea to me that he had his purpose for me. I just had to access it or, like, agree to whatever terms he had and the Grandmasters, quote unquote. So, this situation sparks off a lot of good conversation about what is and what isn't. Like, because there is a lot of a particular type of Illuminati that Hyperianism does agree with. That's the Pythagorean Illuminati. That's more of something that is concrete. That's not anything scammy. You're not going to be contacted by them. That's information, historical, like, information you can access at any time. And it is quite basically just the general idea of that is having access to the source of all reality being mathematical. That's it. And then also because this person that really wanted me to join this kept driving home this idea of purpose. And so that's what kind of had me exercising that idea of, oh, what is purpose after all? Now, I can sit and tell you what purpose is in the eyes of Hyperianism, but I found it interesting to take a moment to verbally fence, if you will, just a little bit, just to sort of approach what I know from a different perspective that's outside of what I'm normally looking at on my own daily basis. So it kind of presented itself a little bit of a challenge, even though the conversation absolutely started degrading. So we're going to wait just a little bit more for people to come in. Let's see. Hello, Adam's son. They say I could have riches and fame. Yeah. I actually was promised something really hilarious, but I'm going to save it. Let's save it. Let's wait a little bit longer. Just a few more minutes for everyone to have a chance to come in. There we go. Hello, new people. Anti-Crisis, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming, Dropbox. And Michael Vertinez. I'm sorry if I murder anybody's name. I guess I don't have to. I could just like shorthand it and just say everybody's first name. Hello, Michael. Hello, Lisa. Anti-Crisis. Good day. Good day. Good day, everybody. So, yes, if you don't know, I have been approached by the Illuminati. They are trying to recruit me. This conversation with this guy it went interesting about the idea of purpose, and then I actually try to pitch Hyperianism to him, like as a counter. And so it was really interesting, and then it degraded because he got really frustrated. Um, but it's a good example to show you guys of just like what it is they do, like how, like why you shouldn't get involved with them, like if you're morbidly curious, like what do they ask exactly, why is it a scam. And I actually provided this guy a lot of like free Hyperion like sources and links and things, and he just kind of brushed over it. It's really interesting. Aiden Sun says, "Can I talk about cults more?" Um, I'm not really a cult expert, even though I grew up in one. I I can definitely tell you a lot about Mormonism and its cult aspects. Lay down. Sorry. Fidgety doggy. Well, hello, John. Thank you for coming. And Katrina, hello. Good to see everybody. Yes, don't mind the floppy dog noises. He's so sleepy right now. It's cute. Viewing content. So, anyways, if you just jumped in here, you know maybe who I am. Or don't. If you don't, my name is Jan Erickson. This is my channel, Monday Monad, my YouTube channel about Hyperianism and inner star actualization. I usually post a video on Monday, but tonight is Friday night. We do our Friday night chat. And for tonight especially, I am going to share how the scammy Illuminati tried to recruit me, and I tried to counter them with like Hyperion stuff. Normally I try to troll them with some nonsensical things and they get mad and shut me down. But this one decided to like tag on for a lot longer. So I genuinely try to like talk Hyperion back, and I do get a bit snooty. I think I would like to try this again at some point and like maybe try being a little less snooty, but eventually it's going to end up the same way. You're not going to take a scammy Illuminati person and like suddenly turn them Hyperion. I don't think that's going to work out in any sense of the word or the way, in any sense of the way. So, without further ado. So this is just general messaging through Facebook, and this is the way that it will open up for anybody. And this is a really interesting read. So, what are you so fidgety about? That is my sock. Hi. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Okay. So, when you get the first initial message, it's going to be just like this. It's going to be, greetings, accomplish intellectual greatness. And, greetings, accomplish... See, the bad grammar is what throws me off, because I start to read it a certain way. But anyways, it's greetings. Accomplish intellectual greatness in life. This is a personal invitation for you directly from the Illuminati. I love how that's super huge and in all caps. Connect with the Grand Master if interested, and he'll guide you through membership proceedings. Do you accept or decline? And I love how it's always a he figure. Always. Chunk. Chill. Really? 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 Okay, anyways. So, I kind of threw it back at him. I just made up bullshit, and I said, I am the Grand Master's secret servant. Who gave you permission to solicit for members? The Grand Master is going to be very displeased with you once I tell him what you are doing. And it's really funny, he just, that just went over his head, and he just proceeded to go on with his thing. So that's when I'm like, okay, let's actually see what's going to happen here. So he says, greetings, I'm hoping you understand the motive of this very information. I don't know what very information is. I don't know how different from regular information that is, but very information sounds very interesting. So this very information and invitation from the Illuminati organization. Now, I can't exactly knock the misspellings here or the typos, because I do typos too, all the time. So anyways, he's like, you have been chosen for a better purpose. Which as a Hyperion, it's like, geez, what's better than Hyperianism? So I decided to pitch my channel back at him. I said, how about you bag the Illuminati, come over here to Hyperianism. We have the ultimate key for you to unlock your true purpose. And then I just sent him a generic link to my YouTube channel. Check out my Hyperion channel, youtube.com/MondayMonad. And then he says, yeah, I will, and you should know that with the light, and this is what's just so, wonderful and just so easy to debate and shut down as a Hyperion. It's just light. And in all caps, light. I mean, light. What do you mean light? I've got a light here. I got a light here. I got a light behind me. I mean, I got lights. So, what light? So, anyways, he says, yeah, I will. And you should know that with the light in you, better things and more greatness would be achieved. Would. And there's no, no actual definition. Excuse me. I'm drinking sparkling water, so it makes me a bit happy. But there is no... What am I trying to say? Really better explanation of what he means by greatness. What do you mean greatness? So I'm, at this point, that's the kind of, questions running through my head. What does light mean? And then, what does greatness mean? What is the light and the greatness that I'm trying to find and achieve? But as a Hyperion, I'm I don't really need that, so that's why I say here, but I'm already on a path to inner star actualization. Greatness can be many things, but to me it means understanding what I truly am and understanding the nature of reality. do you know what the ultimate nature of reality is? And I just want him to say something along the lines of mathematics or something at all. But pretty much putting my foot down or like establishing a boundary of like, I'm already like tapping into my greatness. Like, what is greatness? To me, I'm accessing greatness. I don't know, but greatness could mean anything to anybody. It's very subjective. What do you mean by greatness? And these are just like things I'm asking to like see how he'll react. But for the most part, I feel like it's kind of like robotic with these people. So, he says, I know you think less about some certain things, but be rest assured the light is for good and can never be for evil. And this just like raises more questions. So I look at this, and honestly, I'm just like grocery shopping. I'm like going about my day. I'm like, I gotta think about that. Like, I don't think he's really listening to what I'm saying because I don't think he's used to these kind of responses. And then before I could even respond, he's like, says something again. And he says, well, I understand your point of view. You've already been enlightened as a Hyperianism. And becoming part of the light and its vision for accomplishment and humanity at large would be the greatest and adventurous thing you've done in your lifetime. This is your destiny. They see it, but want to just keep you hidden without achieving your true goals. So he's taken a glance and grasped that I'm part of this group of Hyperianism, but, you know, obviously not enough to know that I am Hyperion. I'm not a Hyperianism. And is trying to set up this narrative that it's not complete or whole, but like has no clue what Hyperianism is about at all. But wants to put me in the position that I have no clue and that he knows and he's going to tell me. And it is rather like kind of mansplaining, but not quite particularly. Just, you know, it does have that kind of tone, but it's not vehemently that. This is really entertaining to me, and every once in a great while I have to get my verbal fencing out because I get so much of this. And like I said, after the 100th Illuminati person that just like messages me, I'm just like, all right, what's going on here? So anyways, I'm at this point, I'm like, I just want to keep pitching Hyperianism at him. So I'm like, the best part about Hyperianism is that through reason and inner star actualization, we make our own destiny. We integrate ourselves on an individual level and then collectively becoming God. And then I pointed out, you haven't answered my question, do you know what the ultimate source of reality is? And here's where it gets really funny. He says, the source of reality from spirituality, and that's how true nature is for the best of humanity at large. The light is the liberation for freedom. Do you believe in the spirituality of life and the brightness of the light, Bree? I have no idea what that is. And the brightness, the light, brings the mist of darkness. That's what true freedom is all about, not the government and science. We are in eternal battle between good and evil. And what you do has reputation and also a positive and negative advantage. So there's some kind of like interesting things here. But for the most part, what I just kind of gather is it's this wishy-washy sort of light, darkness, mist thing. Get your big moosey boot out of here. All right, hold on. But it's very mythos kind of language, very mythological. There's no reason or sort of like grain of reasoning to it. You just moose on out. Moose on out of here. Especially with this, like, we're in an eternal battle between good and evil, and Hyperianism already, like, says there's the no objective good and evil. There's none of that. So, here's my... I tried to, like, tie it into, like, the recent episode I posted of Monday Monad. I responded with, wow, there's a lot to unpack here. The simple answer is mathematics. Ontological mathematics cuts through mystic descriptions of light and darkness. Hyperians do not believe, they know. Check out my latest video on qualia. I also touch base on a priori and a posteriori knowledge. There's also a whole series on the Hyperion source channel that will help you get into the mathematics. And so then I posted a link to the Hyperion source. I think particularly the, I believe this is straight to the tab. Yeah, this is right to all the videos of the Ontological Math series by Christina. Which, if you haven't checked out, you've already been in here. Get out. It's like a child. Jesus. He just burst in here with his big paws, like, hello, I'm back. I haven't been in here just recently. Anyways, let's check in on everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Hello? Yeah. Yes, this is a very good math series, absolutely. So, anyways, so like as you can see, like I'm already throwing some like actual reason and facts, and I'm providing links and things, and then he's still interacting. I thank you for sharing this knowledge with me at this moment. I want you to know that the knowledge you have inside of you, if it were given to you for the betterment of the world and humanity, or it was given to you for the betterment of the world and humanity at large, implying that it was given to me, the knowledge was given to me. And then he said, this is truly very interesting. You have a very beautiful voice, and all that you talk about are true and reality too. What I need right now, not only for myself, but others at large. So I gave that a thumbs up, like, you know, oh, that's complimentary. But then I wanted to just correct him slightly and be like, oh, actually, I gained the knowledge through practical study. It wasn't given to me, but thank you. I share my knowledge weekly on my YouTube channel, as in, like, obviously I'm not joining the Illuminati at this point. The Scaminati. Obviously I'm not joining the Scaminati at this point, so I thought he would get it. And this ended for a while, and then he came back and he said, do you know you can actually do more with the light? Your accomplishments are fast achieving and without limitations. You are steadily elevating. That's very nice and creative. Your bloodline has its own part to play, and that's why you've been on this path from the very beginning of time. Becoming the light is divine. And so that, of course, I had to come back, and I'm like, with my little fancy sword, and I'm like, I'm positive this Illuminism has got nothing better to offer than pure, unwavering reason. No offense to you personally, of course. And it's just really, and I can't tell you how many times these people, like, bother me. I've never had one this relentless in pursuing, like, the verbal fencing back and forth, especially with the reasoning, and just having nothing to contribute. So he says, no, not at all. You say this because you don't know the truth about the light. and its true purpose. I love and respect what you said before that research and gives you informations, but true facts don't lie. You'll get to receive all the benefits attached to the light. You'll get to achieve its true knowledge. No offense, I completely understand you. I want you to open and free your heart that everything should follow. And this is where I'm not trying to be rude. I don't want this person to feel stupid, but you know, if they're going to constantly spin this idea that, oh, actually you don't know what you're talking about, let me tell you what you're talking about and what you're missing, then I'm going to throw back the same kind of energy. So I say, reason trumps this arbitrary concept of light, because he has yet to explain what this concept of light is. Light can mean many things in many different ideologies and belief systems. Light is thrown around a lot, and this is very emotionally driven language too. It's very mystical, it's very emotional. It's like, you are chosen and I have this purpose for you, and you need to just come to this and accept this and you'll open up and achieve great things. It's like, dang, if I was somebody who didn't know nothing about nothing and I was really desperate in life, I could really succumb to this kind of narrative and get really hurt by it. And what makes me really sick and sad about it is that there are genuinely people out there who do fall for this. They do get involved in this and they do spend money on it, and that's it. They get scammed. It makes me really angry when people are preyed upon for their desperation in the belief aspect of their life. It's no good. So anyways, I said reason trumps this arbitrary concept of light. Stuff like this is entirely too mythological for me, as in, like, no thank you. And I just wanted to let them know, like, also this is like the 50th time someone has tried to get me to pay into the so-called Illuminati, so there's that. So it's kind of like a very, like, haha, I know where this is going, like, we don't need to go any further. So I figured, you know, at this point, perhaps he was self-aware enough to know that we're not going anywhere, but he had to keep pressing it. And that's when I, you know, wanted to, I don't know. I mean, it's long over at this point, but I was being morbidly curious for a bit. So he says, well, now that I get it and I understand why you have been getting all these messages, and when you honor this invitation would reopen a new chapter for the great achievement in your life and generation at large. This is legitimately your season, and you need to do what's needed for you to see the results and brightness of the light. This is such... It's not even word salad, because word salad would actually have words that are a bit more complex than this. That's what makes a word salad, is when it sounds way more complex than it is. But this is just repetitious, kind of like very quintessential stuff that this could pertain to almost 50 belief systems. You could use this exact wording and narrative and just fit it into the beliefs, different belief systems. So at this point, I'm just slapping back. It's almost like your mama's so fat moments. And I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, your belief system is so incomplete. So my rebuttal to this is, as a self-aware monad, I determine what's needed for me. And I definitely don't need a belief system. As a Hyperion, that would be a step backwards. I've offered you It says recourses, but I meant resources. I've offered you resources to factual information. All I've received from you is a mystical reference to light. Not very convincing, my friend. You should ditch the mythos and try reason. So I'm trying to get him to come to Hyperianism and start coming to the live streams and start watching the videos. And he's not getting it. He's saying reasons are for the desires of your heart. Things you find unachievable, you will have the ability to do more and accomplish better than you have ever imagined. The main purpose for your life has yet to be realized by others around you, but yourself especially. And at this point, I'm just like, nope. This is when I went to bed. And he's saying, I'm like, nope. He's like, how do you think I found you? Why do you think I'm communicating with you right now? Even in the temple. And I'm just like, I've lost my mind at this point. Like, I've absolutely lost my mind. And it just, the last phrase, even in the temple, is so hilarious. How did you think I found you? Why do you think I'm communicating with you right now, even in the temple? And somebody who is Hyperion, and not only that, somebody who is ex-Mormon with plenty of mythological jibber-jabber about temple work. This is just like, yeah. So I've lost my mind at this point, and I'm like, because that's your job. It has nothing to do with me considering how many people your group reaches out to. So no, I'm not interested in joining some weird spiritual group. And he's saying, you are now sounding weird because you have to see before trying to make further conclusions on issues. And that brings up a good point. This is the whole fallacy of just like, oh, you just have to have faith. You just have to have belief, and then you'll see. Absolutely not. You can start to understand things as you're able to understand them in Hyperianism. There's none of this like, you just have to believe and then you'll see. You just don't understand yet. And so my response to that was like, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult to see what's going on here. And I'm just like, no thanks. And he's like, you're welcome. And I thought for sure that was the end of it until he came back. But let's check in with you guys and see how you are doing. Oh, Susan's here. Hey, Susan. When did Susan drop in? So this is getting to a point. So as you can see, the first day of interaction, this is 2 days of interaction. So not like all day, but the first day of interaction, my tactic was to pitch Hyperianism to this Scaminati person. And that went over their head, and they kept trying to pitch the narrative of, I have your destiny. I have the message for you. I'm contacting you from the temple. I mean, you can see that. It tries really hard to play on this emotional aspect of spiritualism. And if you're not familiar with things like what I discussed earlier this week of qualia, and a part of qualia, the word qualia, watch my video that I posted earlier this Monday on qualia. But in a nutshell, qualia is all of the experiences we have on a sensory level, and that includes emotions. And so it really tries to play in on people's emotions of like, if they're really down in the ground, if they're really depressed, if they don't have any concrete sense of reasoning about them or any sort of knowledge of having a method of doubt to apply to different belief systems or things, ideologies that are thrown at them, then they could become susceptible to this kind of thing. So that's what I learned about, this. And I just, again, I feel so sad because there really are some people that are becoming susceptible to this. So in day 2, because when this ended, I'm like, all right, I tried to pitch Hyperianism back. Obviously, that didn't go anywhere. Surprise, surprise. And then I'm like, I know at some point they ask you for money, but I don't know for how much and at what point and where or how much they ask for. So I was thinking, I'm like, I wish I would have played it differently just to find out, just to play into it like I was interested. So, funny enough, this person kept contacting me the next day. And he goes, hello, Monad. And it was like Christmas. And I'm just like, I'm like, And he's like, how's everything going with you today? And I'm like, great. Can I help you with something? And he says, yes, you can. I was told to get this done. You've been chosen for a better purpose. And I'm like, all right, let's see what this is all about. So I'm like, okay, sure, what's next? And he says, next is your confirmation and meeting with other prestigious delegates of the organization. I love the wording of this. It's just, I don't know, like, on the one hand, I want to say, I don't know how they fool anyone with this, and then on the other hand, I know they do end up fooling people with this, because who wouldn't want to have a meeting with a prestigious delegate of the organization? Fuck me. I'm a prestigious delegate of an organization, I guess. That would be very, like, egregious. Like, that would be the most egregious wording of that. I'm just a Hyperion creator. So anyways, I'm like, cool, where are they? But of course, I miss the Tagay. Where are Tagay? So he says, they are very close to you, located in a safe designated area. I know you are anxious to meet and also to learn and know more about the light. I have never given them any information so far as to say where I'm at. So I'm like, of course, but where? Let's get this going immediately. And he says, all right, you have to trust in the process, for you are truly not alone on this. You were chosen for the betterment of humanity and your generation at large. I want you to meet with these successful members in order to help you build the light and the purpose for you. And I'm just like filing my nails. I'm like, okay, let's go. Where? And here's where I'm getting the information I want. He's like, first you'll have to fill the membership application form for submission and approval before your initiation can be a process or proceeded. So here's what they're going to do. When you actually give them the time, when these people talk to you, they're going to try and ingratiate you with, that you have a purpose, and they're going to get you all emotionally wound up and super excited, and then it's going to be like, oh, these people want to meet you, and if, you're in a bad place, this could seem like a big deal if, you don't know what else is good out there, such as reason. But they're going to get you to fill out your personal information. Do not, please, everybody, look at me. Look at me. Let me go to big face. Don't give these people your personal information. Do not. Like, vital personal information. So he has no idea where I live. Oops, I forgot to bring this back to my face. Anyways. So first of all, you have to fill in the membership application form. And I'm gonna sneeze. No. Yes. I'm not gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. No. It's going away. Oh, I hate that. I hate it when you're going to sneeze and then it goes away. So anyways, location of this meeting would be disclosed to you after the approval of your application. It's so weird how I have to have this application approval and then yet from the very get-go it's like, you have been chosen, I want to communicate with you, and the, you know, the great people want to meet you, but yet I need an approval, you know, thing to go through. So I'm like, okay, give me the app, even though I'm already approved because, you know, I'm chosen. I thought I was chosen and special. And I'm like, but yeah, let's see the app. I'm excited. And so finally I got the application form, and it's so funny. I honestly expected them to be like, well, give us an email and then we'll send you the application, or I expected them to send me a link. No link yet, just copied and paste this basic thing where it's like first name, last name, gender, age, country, state, city, occupation, monthly income, skills, talents, marital status, spoken age, phone number, other number, email, current photos, fill the and the last sentence, fill the form now. I just picture this great like Wizard of Oz type of big head floating booming voice situation. So I saw that and I'm like, I'm processing like, wow, he didn't even give me a link to a different location. He just straight up copied and pasted like very basic things. So I'm like thinking about like what I want to do to answer it. And then I guess I wasn't getting back fast enough. Fill the form out now, because he's like, Monad, what are you doing right now? So at this point, I'm not even a person. My name is Monad. Yes, Cassie. Cassie's like, come and meet them in a dark. Come here. Or has anybody ever seen the Tenacious D movie? And there's that weird, creepy guy, and he's got the knife. He's like, come here so I can cut you. And they're like, no. They're standing a good 20 feet away from him, and he's got like a limp leg. He can't walk very well, but they're in the movie. They're like, no, we're not going to come over there. Come over here. That's how I feel. It's like, come over here so I can cut you. It's like, no. No, I'm not going to do that. So, anyways, he gets really impatient. What are you doing right now? And I'm like, why? So I fill it out, very basic, nothing that's going to like do anything. I say Jan Erickson. I haven't even like finished changing my name legally. Like, he's not going to find anything. I say I'm non-binary, age 35. I'm not 35. I'm 30 something else, but I'm not 35. I live in the US, California. I neglected to say my city. Occupation, Hyperion creator. Hyperion creator, bitch. Monthly income, neglected to say. Skills and talents, multimedia. Marital status, single. Spoken language, English. Phone number, NA, not applicable. Other number, not applicable. Email, nope. Current photos, nope. So he says confirmation is made via email. You have to provide these information for them. And I'm like, why? I'm right here. As in, like, you can message me right here. Why do you need to send me a confirmation email? And also, I asked him why. He asked me what I was doing at the moment. He didn't answer that. And so he says, oh, I need your email for the application thing. So I gave him like a burner email. And then he says, some more of like the mythological thing. And then I'm like, okay, but why do you need my email if all of this is purely spiritual? And if your masters are divine, surely you don't need such silly material things. So anyways, he's telling me to trust the process, and I'm like, okay, what's next? So I'm getting to like the beef and the gravy of what it is they're asking. He's asking for a cell phone number, but I'm telling him I'm too poor for cell service. I'm connected to free Wi-Fi with my device. Because he keeps promising me that I'm going to get, like, great stuff. So I'm like, no number. Okay, so here's all right, here it is. Here's where I'm like laughing. I'm just hooting and hollering. So, note, benefits of the Illuminati. I has no limitations whatsoever. Oh, the benefits of the Illuminati has no limitations whatsoever. But as you proceed forward in the light, you'll be uplifted and elevated to the high standard of the organization. You'll be receiving, I shit you not, an official car and a house alongside other money awards. Okay, so, but the first thing that hit my head, that hit my imagination, my ability to picture things. Here's this guy trying so hard to pitch the Illuminati to me. And the first thing that's offered to me is an official Illuminati car. Now, I am thinking the most goofy, derpiest ass Illuminati mobile on the planet. Like, what? Like, like, what do I get? Like, a Kia or something with, like, the Illuminati eye on decaled on the side? What is the official Illuminati car? And house. Like, do I even need a house? Anyways, so he says you'll be getting other membership requirement. As you keep growing in the light, this benefits and money awards, blah, blah, blah. Very bad sentence forming. I can barely even read it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Where's the masters? It's like, of course, I'll help you accomplish the purpose in the light, but you'll have to trust me. I'm easy to talk to, and you can always express yourself to me without hiding anything whatsoever from the light. We all have to do what's needed of us at some point of our life. We will always experience good. It's at this point, I'm not even, like, reading. So that's why I'm just, like, really short, like, cool, what's next? So he finally answers at a temple there in Helly Valley, California. I looked it up. I'm like, I've never heard of a Helly Valley, California. I'm assuming he possibly means Hill Valley, California, which is nowhere near where I'm at. Even though he very distinctly says that they know they're very near me. So I told him I never heard of it. And then I decide to ask him, what are you doing now? Because he wasn't getting back in time. The exact thing he asked me. I'm like, let's go. And he's like, I'm making preparations for the needfully done as your application and your soulmates, whatever soulmates. It's been sent for approval and blah, 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 needs further instructions. And he's like, oh, it's a place in California. I'm like, California is very big. If you say it is near, then you may be lying. You don't know where I am in California. So where is Helly Valley? I've lived here in California for like 10 years. And he's like, I think you'll have to look it up on the internet and see for yourself. I know California is very big and you can't possibly know everywhere. I'm like, yes, I can. And so this is where the conversation degrades. But I've hit the points where no, because I found, where is the oh yeah, I keep asking him, like, we're in Hill Valley. Doesn't tell me, and I swear, yes, here it is. So here's what I really wanted to know. I was trying to drive this out of him. You got to provide your address and payment to the supplier of these items, because he sent me a email And I gave him an email address I have that's like a trash email, protected trash email that I give when I'm not like sure if I trust somebody. So it doesn't actually give you a link to anything when they send you this confirmation email. It just says a bunch of garbage about like just more emotional stuff about how you're chosen and you need to do this and you'll be promised great things. And then so he wanted me to tell him like, did you get the email? I'm like, yes, I got the email. And here's where it takes the cake. He's like, you'll be provided blah blah blah, provide payment to the supplier of these items. And the items he's talking about in the email, there is like a book and some candles and some other stuff that you have to buy in order to join the Illuminati. And it all cost a whopping $669. That's what I was trying to like pull out of him. I was so curious, and I think I was playing too eager because he's used to people being super emotional when they respond, and I was trying to just streamline it. So I'm like going back with them about how that doesn't sound like a serious movement. Like, why would the masters need money? And I'm like, I thought you said I have a destiny, so trying to get me to pay the money. I won't pay the money. I even ask him for $700. Like, will you give me $700 so that I can buy this and meet the masters? And he's like, no, I can't do that. You have to do this. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not special. Sad. So at some point, I bring up that Hyperianism is free. Like, you are a scam. Like, Hyperianism doesn't charge money, and we don't do that. We don't. There's nowhere in Hyperianism where we're going to charge you money like this for materials that you need. Hyperianism is free to learn in its fullest form without spending any money. You have to spend a lot of time. You have to spend a lot of time to study the mathematics, the philosophy. You have to spend a lot of time learning all of the material in order to understand all the intricate details of reality and how it works and how it comes to be and the source of reality. You have to study these things in order to know. And that's why at the very beginning, when he was trying to imply that when I was trying to pitch my YouTube channel, he's like, oh, that's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of great knowledge that was given to you. And I'm like, no, it's not given to me, dude. I acquired it through practical study and absorbing that information into me. So very interesting experience to bring up a lot of different things. But it just saddens me how there's a lot of these Scaminati type things associated with this Illuminati stuff with other organizations. And even worse, the biggest scammers of all, which is plain mainstream religion right in front of your face. I mean, growing up in Mormonism and looking at what the Mormon Church as an organization, as a business organization does to people and how it absolutely milks desperate people dry of what little resources they have left, especially of their money. I mean, there's real organizations out there that are scamming and spamming people on such a horrendous level, a massive societal level. Mainstream religion does that. Totally sells the idea that there's this whole purpose that you have and you need to do this in order to unlock it, but it's always the step-by-step process that you have to go through them in order to get through. There's none of that in Hyperianism. There's no step-by-step process. There's just the path of inner-star actualization, and that's going to be different for everybody. Everybody. It's going to be different because everybody is unique. And there's no comparison to one another. You can't compare yourself and how far you are in your inner star actualization to some other monad on their path of inner star actualization. There's no comparison. You can't put us all in a basket like that. But one thing is for sure, even though all of our paths are crisscrossy all over the place, however, it's all going to end at the omega point, the teleological end, where we will all come together and become God. And that, my friends, is our true purpose. Our true purpose is in our own hands, and we get there in our own unique ways. And not to peddle our own beliefs and our own personal, there's no personal truths. It's just following objective reasoning and wading, as in like wading through a pool of water, only it's like the qualia and the experiences of your own unique life, your own unique quality and experiences. You wade through that, and you get through that, and you sort that with reason, not the light, however it is. Anyways, I hope this makes sense. I know that this is just kind of like, it was like 2 days of just this person going back and forth. And guess what? This person is still bothering me right now on my other YouTube channel. Or not YouTube channel, my other Facebook profile. And they don't know it's me. And here they are right here. They are still messaging me as if they don't know me. And another thing, only this time I won't actually like spend all that time. But it was really hard because they wanted me to be so saturated with their mythological descriptions and like all the emotions behind it. And I just wanted to cut through the chase and see what they had. And I'm just going to get the official Illuminati car. I think was the most hilarious part of it all. And the fact that he was really offended that I would question him. I mean, he's contacting me straight from the temple. That's in Helly Valley. Wherever Helly Valley, California is. There's no Helly Valley. There's a Hill Valley. And they want like $700. So anyways, they try to pump you up. They ask for personal information. If they do get an email address from you, it's just full of nonsense, text stuff. It's not even a link to something else. They'll ask you to confirm what's said in it. And then, they'll keep pressing you for your personal information. And eventually it'll come out that they want like almost $700 out of you. And from there, I don't know. Honestly, if I had a miscellaneous $700 to blow, I'd be curious to see like what would happen after that. But I'm assuming they take that. That's the part where they take that $700 or $669 and they take your money, and then that's it. Don't give these people your personal information. Don't give them phone numbers. Don't give them anything. Just block them. Get rid of them. You don't have $700. They definitely want it, so they're going to keep pressing you for it. Hyperianism doesn't want your money. Now, if you want to support a Hyperion creator, please do so. It does take a lot of time to organize a lot of this information and put it together in books, poetry, music, video content, private live streams, everything like that. That does take a lot of work. And for that, it's definitely not going to cost you $700 still. And even then, all the Hyperion information is free. So, gee, shit in one hand and hope in another, and which one's going to fill up faster? The shit in the hand. But Hyperionism isn't shit. But we are solid. As solid as shit. No. that didn't go as good as I thought. But do not get involved with the Scaminati. And this guy's still after me. He's just not quite content. And he won't become, I was actually really kind of hoping he'd become Hyperion. Like, you should you should ditch all this Illuminati scam stuff and like, come be Hyperion. And that's pretty much from there on. And he just won't. It's just so sad. I'm like, but you could get in touch with your real, like, purpose, your inner star actualization. Anyways, the end. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me tonight, this Friday, for my silly verbal fencing with the Scaminati. It's really fun. Everyone thought it was fun. Now, Hyperianism is its own wonderful, beautiful thing. And I am proud to be a Hyperion creator. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Thank you for coming. Hello, Morg. Thank you for coming. And thank you to our moderators that gave us their time. Susan, Mitchell, and Christina Awaken, thank you so much for volunteering some time and keeping the chat cool. It's always cool in here. Usually. Thank you so much, Renaissance Fairy. Melinda Mayhem, hello. Thank you for coming. Starry Nebula. Cassidy. Now I have a doggy. I gotta go. I think he probably wants treats or something. If you would like to help me out, speaking of money and support, to unlock your destiny, please tip at mondaymonad.live. You can unlock your destiny with or without that tip, but tipping is definitely appreciated. You can also join my Patreon. I have a Patreon. Patreon.com/JarenEricksonOfficial. Go there, become a member, get your name in the credits of Monday Monad videos, join our secret Discord server or our private Discord server, and don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to Monday Monad for weekly Hyperion content posted every week for free. No scammy, no whammies. No spammy, scammy, Luma whammies. Illuma scammies. Just free Hyperion info. I know everyone loves my bouncy little subscribe. My bouncy little loppy lump. Anyways, have a good night, everybody. Take care. Take care. Mwah.